In the world of business, wisdom often comes from unexpected places. This is a truth that many find hard to swallow, but let's venture down the roads less traveled, shall we? The dark alleyways of the past where figures like Luciano, Lansky and Capone held court. You might wonder, what could these underworld lords possibly teach us about the business world? A surprising amount, as it turns out. The underworld, with its murky waters and unspoken rules, is not unlike the corporate jungle we navigate daily. The stakes are high, the competition fierce, and survival is the only game in town. From understanding your product as intimately as Walter White knew his blue meth, to anticipating desires before they're even spoken, like Steve Jobs did with the iPhone. And let's not forget, always being accessible to your clientele. In the underworld, one must be street smart. In the world of business, one must be business smart. Mastery of your product is non-negotiable. This is your guiding principle, your North Star. You must become an expert, a connoisseur of your own product. Understand it, live it, breathe it. This isn't just about knowing how it's made or what it does. It's about comprehending its value, its allure, and why it stands head and shoulders above the rest. Imagine being Walter White from the Breaking Bad series. He didn't just cook meth, he cooked the best meth. Blue, 99% pure. It became his signature, his brand, his legend. He knew his product so intimately he could create it blindfolded. That's the level of mastery we're talking about. It's about being so well versed in your product that you can convince anyone of its superiority. Because if you don't believe in your product, why should anyone else? So, just as underworld figures know their goods, you must know your product inside and out. Fear is weakness. The underworld, a realm of shadows and whispers, is not for the faint of heart. It's a world where men like Luciano, Lansky and Capone navigated treacherous waters. They faced the consequences of their actions unflinchingly, their boldness a testament to their strength. Just as they were, you too must be bold in your business endeavors. The market is an unpredictable sea, rife with opportunities and threats alike. To traverse these waters, you must be unafraid to take risks, to challenge norms, and to push boundaries. Like our brethren in the underworld, face your challenges head on. Be resolute in your decisions, unwavering in your convictions. Embrace the uncertainty that comes with boldness. For it is within this uncertainty that great success often lies. In the world of business, as in the underworld, fear is the enemy. Boldness is your weapon, your shield, your guiding star. Are you as bold and resolute in your endeavors as our underworld brethren? Anticipate desires before they're spoken. This, my friends, is the mantra of those who rule, be it the boardroom or the back alleys. There's a certain art to creating a need, a craving, a yearning so profound that it becomes irresistible. Consider Steve Jobs unveiling the iPhone. He didn't merely present a new phone, he revealed a revolutionary tool that we didn't even know we needed. And once we saw it, we couldn't imagine life without it. That, my friends, is the power of anticipation. Now let's look at the underworld. Think about the charisma of those figures who made people yearn for their product, be it the thrill of the forbidden or the allure of the unknown. They understood their audience, anticipated their desires, and presented a product so irresistible, it became an addiction. Creating a need is about understanding, anticipation, and delivery. Make them yearn for your product like a junkie craves his fix. Availability is currency. This simple statement carries a profound truth. In the world of business, just as in the underworld, being accessible when your clients seek you is critical. Consider the men who ruled the streets with iron fists and cunning minds, men like Luciano, Lansky, and Capone. They understood the power of presence. They knew that they had to be where their associates, their customers, their underbosses needed them, and they had to be there when these individuals needed them. In the realm of commerce, this translates to being available for your clients. Be there when they have questions, when they have needs, when they seek your product or service. Be there to provide solutions, to offer support, to ensure satisfaction. Remember, in the ruthless world of business, those who fail to make themselves accessible risk being outpaced by those who do. So, be available or risk being left in the dust. One misstep and empires crumble. Powerful words indeed, and a stark reminder of the perils of complacency. The world is littered with the remnants of once powerful empires, shattered not by external forces but from within. A process, no matter how perfect it may seem, is only as good as its latest iteration. Take the case of the infamous Pablo Escobar, a man who built an empire on the shaky foundations of illicit trade. His downfall, a failure to adapt, to refine his methods in the face of changing circumstances. Escobar's empire crumbled, not because his product was inferior, but because his process was flawed. This, my friends, is a lesson in the importance of constant refinement. The world is ever changing, and so too must be your methods. Complacency is the enemy of progress. Strive for perfection, but understand that perfection is a moving target. Constantly refine and improve your methods to stay ahead of the game. I don't advocate violence, but I do advocate dominance. A potent sentiment, isn't it? In the grand theater of business, it's not enough to merely participate. You must command the stage, dictate the narrative, and eclipse all other players. Take a leaf out of the book of the underworld, where territory is everything. From the alleyways of Little Italy to the sprawling estates of the mafia bosses, control of one's domain was a matter of survival. This philosophy translates seamlessly into the business sphere. Your product, your service, your brand, they must reign supreme in their respective spheres. Whether it's the tastiest cannoli in the city or the most innovative tech startup, you must stake your claim, assert your superiority, and let no challenger encroach upon your terrain. In the end, it's about creating a legacy so powerful, so ingrained in the minds of your clientele, that your name becomes synonymous with your offering. Be the only name whispered in the shadows when they seek what you offer. Your soldiers are your face to the world. A powerful statement, but what does it mean in the context of your business? It means that the people you choose to represent you, your employees, they are the ones who uphold your reputation. They are your ambassadors, your warriors, your defenders. Much like the underworld bosses of yore who surrounded themselves with loyal and trustworthy confidants, you too must choose your employees wisely. Loyalty and trustworthiness are not just admirable traits, they are essential. Your employees should be as dedicated to your vision as you are, willing to go the extra mile, ready to stand by you in times of adversity. In the ruthless world of business, as in the underworld, loyalty is not a mere virtue, it's a survival strategy. So ask yourself, are your employees loyal? Are they trustworthy? Would your employees take a bullet for you, as my soldiers would for me? Some clients are more trouble than they're worth. A harsh reality, but one that rings true in the world of business, as it does in the darkened alleyways of the underworld. Like a seasoned mobster, you must have the acuity to discern the loyal from the troublesome. Imagine the underworld, where a single wrong deal, a single troublesome client, can bring down an entire empire. The same holds true in the realm of business. You see, not every customer will value your product or understand your vision. Some may demand more than they give, sapping your resources, your time, your energy. But the loyal ones, they're the ones worth fighting for. They value your work, they respect your time, they become your advocates. To them, provide nothing less than excellence. As for the rest, the troublesome ones, it takes courage to let them go. But remember this, provide excellence to the loyal and courageously bid the troublesome farewell. Now, my brethren, are you ready to seize your destiny? We've journeyed through the teachings of the underworld, learning as we went. We've seen the importance of knowing your product, of being bold, and of creating a need. We've understood that being accessible and perfecting your process are vital to your success. We've learned to eliminate competition, to choose our employees and customers wisely, and the power of forming a cartel. We've tasted the sweet allure of offering the first hit for free and the necessity of not bringing a knife to a gunfight. These lessons, steeped in the wisdom of the streets, are priceless. They are the tools to carve out your own empire, to rule with an iron fist and a cunning mind. Now it's time to apply them. Like the dawn of a new day, your reign begins now. Embrace these lessons and let the world tremble at your feet.